Good morning, friends. Today we are going to talk about a very serious topic, that is career. I'm going to talk about career stream assessment in grade 11 and 12. Now, as we all know, after 10th, there are only 4 possible options in our Indian education system. Either you can go for Science A group, or you can go for Science B group, or you can go for Commerce, or you can go for Arts. When you move on to grade 11, by this time, you have all taken a choice out of these 4 possible options. And you are pursuing your stream either in Science A group, or B group, or Commerce, or Arts. I'm going to talk about today that how to assess whether you are in a right stream or not. And if you are in a right stream, what are the career options post finishing 12th? And if you find a disconnect with the stream which you've already chosen, what are the possible career options which are alternative to the pure stream which you are following? Most confusing question after choosing stream in grade 11 which children face is, are they in the right stream? What should they do next? Should they go for the pure stream, that is for Science A group, Engineering, or Science B group, Medicine, or Commerce, which is a pure stream in itself, and Arts, which is pure stream in itself? What courses should I plan to enroll for if you have to shift? And should you go with the herd, listen to your parents, or carve your own path? Well, starting with the first advice, don't listen to everyone. A lot of people come and talk to you about various possible career options. The first set of people who interact with you are your parents. Second set of people who interact with you are your teachers. Third set of people who interact with you are your peer group's parents. Now, there is a possibility that all the adult people whom you interact with may not have the complete knowledge or understanding of various possible career options. A successful CA would always come back and say, finance or CA is an excellent career choice. But a CA who did a lot of work and could not make it to a good level would come back and say, CA, there is a lot of effort which goes in becoming a CA, but returns against the investment are not sufficient. So I think it is an individual perspective which makes a particular stream good or bad for somebody. What we are going to talk about is what suits you the best. Never blindly follow friends or trends. There are a lot of parents who come back to me and say, sir, which is one of the most happening career these days? I tell them just one thing, Madam, Bollywood. Now, every career cannot be as happening as Bollywood. And I think identifying or finding a career which is happening itself is a wrong question. What you should look at is which is the most suitable career to you based on your own skill set, based on your own aptitude. That is what we are going to talk in detail about today. There are 3 types of children, and I'm sure each one of you sitting in this room will be able to identify what category you fall in. The first type of children are the children whom we call academic oriented children. They are those children who are studious, who are interested in books, and who love to spend time on researching through books and or internet. They are the children जिनको पढ़ने लिखने में बहुत मजा आता है. अगर पापा मार्केट से नई बुक लेके आए और आपके फ्रेंड्स आपको खेलने के लिए बुलाएं, तो जो एकेडमिक ओरिएंटेड चाइल्ड है वो बुक पढ़ना प्रेफर करेगा बाहर खेलने जाने से. Second category of children are children whom we call as people oriented children. They are those children जिनको पढ़ने लिखने में उतना मजा नहीं आता जितना लोगों से मिलने जुलने में, बातचीत करने में, काउंसलिंग करने में, मारामारी करने में बहुत मजा आता है. They are the children who are social creatures, who can easily relate to people and who find it easy to interact and communicate even with strangers. They are people oriented children. And the third category are those children जिनको ना तो पढ़ने लिखने में मजा आता है, ना लोगों को मिलने जुलने में मजा आता है, बस मैं और मेरी तन्हाई अक्सर ये बातें करते हैं. These are those children who are good at creative things like drawing, dance, art, craft, music, sports, acting, dancing, and so on. They are the children who are always interested in doing new and innovative things. Now, the best part is each one of you have all these three orientations with you. Only difference is you are high on what, average on what, or low on what. You can be high at academic and people both orientations, but low on creativity. You can be average on all three orientations. Or you can be high on people orientation, average on academic orientation, low on creative orientation. Or you may be low on academic and people orientation, but very high on creative orientation. That's okay. Just what you have to find out is what is your orientation graph. And I believe after identifying this, each one of you would know that you lie in what graph category. Once you have identified that, then identifying that whether you are in the right stream or not, plus should you continue with the pure stream or switch to some other stream becomes absolutely easy. How? Let's discuss. Who should take Science A group specifically? Now, many of you might have also been taken Science A group. A child who goes for Science A group should be very high at academic orientation. Other two orientations, if you're high or average or low, does not really make much of a difference. Now, a child who has taken Science A group can go for engineering or architecture, can become a scientist or a mathematician. You can go for piloting, get into astronomy, or become a naval officer. These are the career options which are available after Science A group. But what you have to check for yourself, identifying whether you are in the right stream or not, is you should take Science A group or should have taken Science A group if and only if you were excellent in science, especially with physics and mathematics. So the benchmark which I give to the children is that in mathematics you have to be 95 plus and in science you have to be 85 plus in grade 10. First benchmark to choose Science A group. Second, are you curious in knowing how machines work? You should have this natural tendency of getting attracted towards machines, how do they work, how do they operate, and getting more understanding and knowledge about it. Third, do you have the ability to spend long hours with books and or computers? Now there are a lot of children who might be 95+% in grade 10, want to take Science A group, but when I ask them, can you sit and study for long hours? The answer may be, no, we don't like studying that much. If you do not like studying for long hours, then Science A group may not be the right choice for you. My thought process, which I wish to share with you guys, is science curriculum in grade 11-12 is a vast curriculum. It requires a lot of labor. It requires a lot of hours of study. And if you are mentally not prepared to give in so many hours into study, then taking up Science A group may not result into very good marks at grade 12 level, and or you may also lose interest in the coming 2 years. You should have good logical and reasoning skills, and you should be willing to spend less time in fun activity. If you fit in all these categories and you've taken Science A group, you are at the right place. But if you feel that somewhere you are not fitting in, relax. Options of change after grade 12 are still in plenty available to all of us. What are those options? I will talk at the later part in this presentation. Moving on to the Science B group. Who should have taken Science B group? I need a child to be very high on academic orientation and also high on people orientation if you go ahead and take Science B group. Because Science B group requires a lot of interaction with human profile also. So, if you want to become a doctor, a dentist, a homeopath, Ayurveda doctor, physiotherapist, nurse or a veterinarian, then you should take Science B group. But what you need to check with yourself, are you excellent in science and especially you are very comfortable with biology? That is 95 plus in biology. Do you have an excellent memorization power? So I say if your memorization power is amazing, then and only then going for Science B group makes sense. Do you have the ability to spend long hours with books and or computers? Do you have ability to work in high pressure situation with many people around and crisis situation? And are you willing to spend less time on fun activity? That means, again, Science B group curriculum in grade 11 and 12 is also a vast curriculum. You require a lot of man hours to be put in to cope up with the subject area of Science B group. If you are mentally not prepared or you do not fit into any of these areas, then sailing through grade 11 and 12 is great. You will be able to do it. But post that, getting into the pure stream may not be the right choice. As I said before, if you wish to shift or we plan to feel or we feel that we may not be comfortable with Science B group as a pure stream, what are the alternate options? I'll discuss in the later part of this presentation. Who should take commerce? If a child is high to very high in academic orientation, then and only then you should take commerce. Plus, commerce opens door to becoming a CA, CS, you can become a financial analyst, investment analyst, stockbroker, tax auditor, banker or an actuary. Now there are a lot of children from commerce background specifically who enter into commerce, and when they see their peer group, their thought process is, I want to become a CA. And when I ask them, are you very good at mathematics and you like accounts? The answer may be yes or maybe no. If the answer is yes, then my next question to them is, are you comfortable sitting and studying for long hours? Because again, CA as a curriculum requires a lot of labor. If you are mentally not prepared to put in that much amount of labor, then CA may not be the right choice. And if you are anyways uncomfortable with accounts as a subject and you are not very comfortable with mathematics, then again, going for a profession which deals with finance and bottom line with the numbers itself becomes a challenging situation for you. In that case, you should not pursue the pure stream of commerce. But what you need to check that whether you are in the right stream or meant for the pure stream or not. Are you good at mathematics and you like accounts, economics, business management as subjects? You have good analytical skills, you have liking for numbers and data analysis, and you are comfortable in spending time and analyzing data in form of companies' financial statements either physically or on computer. If you fit in all these areas and you've taken commerce, you are at the right stream. But if you feel somewhere you fit in these areas, but you do not wish to put in so much amount of efforts which might be required to become a financial advisor or moving on to the scale of finance, getting into areas like becoming a CA or a CS or a ICWA, then we might require to shift the field post 12th. What I will share with you in the later part of the presentation. Moving on to arts, if you are average at people orientation and you are average at academic orientation, and you wish to get into area like becoming a political scientist or a psychologist, historian, geographer, anthropologist, archaeologist, philosopher or a public administrator, then you should go and take up arts. But do check the following things in arts. You should be good at subjects like English, history, geography, civics at grade 10 level. You should have good theory reading and retention power. You should be good observer of people, society, social needs, monuments, human behavior, maps, etc. And you should be comfortable in communicating even with strangers. If you have these qualities and you have taken humanities or arts as a subject, wish to go for a pure stream, you are at the right place. If not, then you might require to switch your field post grade 12. Now, I am coming to general courses which are available to students from all streams. There is a possibility that you may not wish to go into the pure stream which you've already taken. As I explained before, for Science A group, it's engineering, Science B group, it is medicine, for commerce, it is finance, and for humanities, it is pure arts. If you do not wish to get into any of these pure streams, and you wish to switch your stream post grade 12, then what are the possible options and what are the requirements for those options is what I am going to share. Moving to the first possible option. If you are very high at people orientation and you are decently high at academic orientation, plus you have very good ability to think and argue logically, ability to do a lot of reading, you have ability to communicate well with different kinds of people, and you have interest in politics and societal needs or social issues, then you should go for law. Now, law is coming to be one of the excellent curriculum. It is a curriculum meant for people who are wanting to create a difference or change in the society. So if there is something wrong happening on the road, and it comes from your insight that this is wrong what is happening, or I should do something against this, then you may be the right material for getting into an area like law. Next, if you are very good at people orientation and you are also good at creativity and creative orientation, along with that, you have keen interest in cooking and serving both vegetarian and non-vegetarian food. I repeat, because hotel management as a curriculum requires you to be very comfortable with preparing and serving non-vegetarian food, it becomes something which is mandatory. Along with that, you are extremely innovative and creative. You have interest and knowledge about various cuisines. You are able to identify the difference between an Italian, a Mexican, a continental, a Chinese, an Indian, and your tongue as well as your hand in cooking, both are excellent in differentiating. Hotel management can be an excellent field for you. If you are very good at people orientation, but you're average at academic orientation, along with you have excellent leadership skills, you have keen interest in business transactions, financial management, marketing, personal management, you have good teamwork abilities, and you are willing to spend long hours in a very disciplined fashion, then business management can be an excellent stream for you. Initially, the moment it used to come business management term in front of you, the only thought used to be MBA, that is Masters in Business Administration. Now, there are a lot of excellent courses at post-12th, bachelor's level in business management which you can join. For example, you can join IIM Indore for a 5-year integrated BBA plus MBA program. You can join 3-year business management programs at places like Symbiosis, places like Narsee Monjee Bombay, and so on. So business management can be excellent provided you fit in all these areas. Next, if you are average at creativity and people orientation, you have flair for writing and language, you are inquisitive, have a very good questioning nature, you have ability to work for long hours with dedication on a single issue, and you have ability to handle different types of people, then the curriculum which can best suit you can be a curriculum in the area of mass communication and or media studies. Post 12th, if your language is very strong and you want to pursue a career in the area of language, then media and communication can be an excellent field. Next, if you are average at creative orientation and people orientation, along with that, you like multiple subjects, you want some more time to identify what you like. That means you are really not very sure today that which subjects interest you or which subjects you are able to do very well. Then liberal studies can be an excellent choice. In liberal studies, actually you can choose your own subjects and study what you like. You are supposed to study a bouquet of subjects in the initial phase of this graduation, and then you can choose a specialization depending upon your interest area. So liberal studies can be an excellent curriculum for children who are still not decided or want to explore something more. Next, if you are average at creative orientation and average at academic orientation, along with that you have the ability to think logically, you have interest in coding and computer languages, you have interest in hardware and computer networking, and you have the ability to sit for long hours on computers. Not just Facebooking and WhatsApping, but genuinely working on computers. Then computer applications can be an excellent field. A lot of children have this mindset that getting into computer applications or computers as a field, you require mathematics compulsory in grade 11 and 12. Answer is no. You do not require mathematics in grade 11 and 12. Even if you've done commerce or arts in grade 11 and 12 where you have not taken mathematics, still you can go for computer applications provided you have a very strong interest in computers. Next, if you are very high in your creativity, you have good visualization and drawing skills, you have interest in designing, creating new and innovative things, and if you are having very good creativity overall, then design can be an excellent field. And these days, there are a lot of excellent institutions at undergraduation level which are coming up with a degree that is known as Bachelor in Design. That can be an excellent field. Along with that, you can go for a degree which is known as Bachelor in Fine Arts and so on. Lastly, if you are very high at people orientation and you want to genuinely do something for the society, you have liking to work for the society, you feel strong about social issues, you like to help others and understand their feelings, you are humane, polite, and can even fight for the rights of the underprivileged, then you can go for something which is known as social work. There is a degree which is known as Bachelor in Social Work and can be followed by a degree known as Masters in Social Work. Just to share with you a beautiful data statistic, Ministry of Finance has come up with a regulation where every corporate has to spend 2% of their profitability on social work. And all these big corporates require people who can spend these budgets for upliftment of the society at large. That can be in the area of women empowerment, childcare, social welfare, fighting for the rights of the underprivileged or giving more privileges to the underprivileged section of the society and so on. So that can be an excellent job opportunity after bachelor's and master's in social work. Next, if you want to get into public administration, you need to be extremely high on your academic orientation as well as people orientation. Along with that, you need to be excellent in your leadership skills. You should be comfortable with studying for long hours and should have the ability to retain the read stuff. Whatever you're reading, you should be able to retain that. You should have good teamwork abilities, ability to handle high pressure situations, and willingness to work for long hours in a very disciplined fashion. If you have this, public administration can be an excellent thing for you. Becoming a teacher, again, you need to be very high on academic orientation, also very high in people orientation. Along with that, the skill set which you require is you need to have patience, you need to be intelligent in the subject which you are teaching, you need to have good communication skills, student handling skills and presentation skills, willingness to work for long hours in a very disciplined and a dedicated fashion. If you have that, teaching again can be an excellent profession. Finally, I move on to some skill-based courses. If we do not wish to continue academics so strong, but move on to an area which will exhibit your skill better than your academic orientation, you can go into any of these areas. You want to become a DJ, VJ, RJ, you want to become an artist, painter, sculptor, cartoonist, musician, dance professional, designer, astrologist, sports personnel. What you require for getting into these areas is a very high creativity, a very strong passion to go deep into the discipline, love for the chosen career, dedication, hard work and discipline, and inner desire to be the best. So, and one thing last, if you want to move on to the armed forces, you can join Army, Air Force or Navy. Few years back, only Science A group students were permitted to get into armed forces. But now, in the area of administration and logistics, even non-science students can join the defense forces. For that, you should be ready to handle the crisis situation. You need to be extremely disciplined and adventurous, hardworking, good leadership skills, ability to follow directions, and you should be ready to even lay your life for the country. Still, if you want to go into piloting in Air Force or in the technical area in Indian Navy, then you require Science A group. Otherwise, from any stream, you can join the defense forces in other areas. Finally, quickly wrapping up, career paths after grade 10. After standard 10, you can either go for Science A group or B group, or you can go for commerce, or you can go for arts and humanities. But beyond that, in the pure stream of science, as I said, you can go for medicine, engineering or pure sciences. In commerce, you can go for BCom or higher areas of finance like CA, CS, ICWA. Or you can go for humanities and then go for pure humanities like Bachelor in Arts and then going for Masters in Arts. If you want to shift your field post grade 12, then a lot of streams which are open for all students of science, commerce or arts can be shifting, can shift to areas like law, hotel management, business management, integrated BBA plus MBA, mass communication, liberal studies, design, armed forces, and so on and so forth. Thank you very much. I hope this session benefits you. In case you have any queries, please feel free to get in touch with us. We will be more than happy to support you and help you choose the right career option for you. Please do not fall for the most happening, trendy or available careers in the market. Go for the career which suits you, your aptitude, your interest, and your personality. Thank you very much. Free career counseling and guidance. Call 99798 46008 or visit our website iQueideas.in.